Hey everybody, welcome back here again. Now, Superman is without a doubt the most well-known superhero in the world. Even if somebody has never read any comics in their life, they're not a TV fan, they're not a movie fan, anything, everybody instinctively knows Superman. He's a symbol that has gone beyond comics, beyond movies, beyond TV, all these things. That is what he has done. He's become a symbol for it. And there have been many people over the years who have taken inspiration from him and created characters similar to him and all these sort of things. But he is the foundation all things related to that are built on. I mean, people will know Batman, some people will know Wonder Woman, some people will know Iron Man, some of them, but I mean, when it comes to Superman, they instantly recognize him, they instantly know this S. It is a trademark, it's a statement of who he is. Now, as of late, DC Comics has started to do something rather strange. I wouldn't say strange. They have pretty much trying to get rid of Superman and bring in his son Jon Kent as the new Superman. I have stated on many occasions I do not like Jon Kent. I think he's pretty much a horrible character. Tom Taylor has created a character here that has pretty much ruined all credibility that he would ever possibly have. And the reason for that is because he wanted to make his own Superman. Right? He wanted to make his own Superman. Now, what people need to remember is that when Tom Taylor came out and announced that, you know, he's going to that his new Superman, Jon Kent, is going to be gay, he made a massive publicity thing about it. Every other way they were telling this thing, they had this picture of John and his pinky-haired boyfriend kissing and everything. He promoted the hell out of that to raise it to some startling new heights. But the reason he did it, the reason he's done it, and the reason why a lot of people don't like Jon Kent, and I will say before, I don't like it either. I don't like it either. Is that this was a character who was never gay, and you decided to do it to push an identity form of politics so that you could elevate yourself. Now, Tom Taylor is a shit writer. You see it in his work. You see what he's done. He pretty much turned. He didn't give Jon Kent any kind of personality. So when you look at anything related to Jon Kent, he could pretty much turn into a psychopath at any point in time. So it's not surprising the things he's done. But let me get into what it is happens now. Now, this is the article from Bounding into Comics. Superman takes part in Pride Parade, waves LGBTQ plus flag on cover of Action Comics number 1044. This is what I'm talking about. They sell the name, not the character. Superman is an iconic figure. So now that they're doing this thing with Jon Kent, and DC and the entire wokeness with Pride Month, putting out so many books, they have to have everything possible to do when it comes to this. Here we go. DC Comics writer Tom Taylor gave Twitter users a preview of what's coming in Pride Month from Action Comics. The issue count reaches number 1044 in June, and it will put a spotlight on the young Jonathan Kent, who recently inherited the cape and is written as bisexual, but we know it's gay. We know that. The issue will have two variant covers, and one of those is a DC Pride special showing John flying by a crowd at a Pride event, standing up front are his parents, Lois and Clark, smiling and proudly supporting their son by holding a pride flag emblazoned with a white Superman logo. So here's the tweet, and Tom Taylor says, Jon Kent with a proud Clark and Lois looking on. So here's Jon Kent flying there, and here's Clark and Lois up front holding up this thing, and look at it. The white symbol is on it, and it's the pride flag, and there's a whole bunch of other things. And this goes into what I'm talking about when they sell the symbol shamelessly. You've already pretty much said that you want to make Jon Kent the new Superman, because if you look at what Tom Taylor writes, what it is, he doesn't like Clark Kent Superman. He doesn't like Clark Kent Superman at all. He thinks Clark Kent shouldn't be Superman, and how he writes Jon Kent is what he would do if he was Superman. That is what he does. That is how he writes these things. What he would do if he was Superman. So he doesn't like that, and he used this whole making Jon Kent gay as a sounding board, as some kind of elevation to what it is he wants to do. But this was a character who was never written this way. And people see what you're doing, and they're not happy. Actual comic fans are not happy about it, and this is why your book is selling like garbage. Nobody's buying it. His thread is full of glowing supporters who like the art and all of this thing. But I mean, come on. Let's say it again, the beginning of March, Taylor Superman slipped out of the top 50 on the sales chart after issue 5. And yeah, it's basically gone. And then he came out and said, I don't believe a story's worth is measured by its sales. So all those millions of copies other Superman comics has sold. And let's not even talk about manga that is beautifully destroying comics right now, because people actually want stories and not a bunch of social justice garbage. You understand me? That doesn't show how well the story is, but no, that's the thing about it. I mean, you even have this thing here where Superman Son of Kal-El is the same series that changed the Man of Steel age-old motto to for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Superman motto was truth, justice, and the American way. But no, you don't like Superman. You clearly don't like America. And you see that with a lot of these, right? They don't like America, and it's what they're saying. But the story behind it is truth, justice, and truth, justice, and the American way. The American way is about a better way of life. That is what they wanted, but you changed it to a better tomorrow, and made him a climate activist in a multiverse teeming with hospitable planets and infinite Earths. I've talked about this ridiculous cover many times, this ridiculous issue many times. You could actually do something about climate change. There you out there protesting with your pink-haired boyfriend. This is what you see these characters doing. It and the editorial overhaul of the motto were also notoriously the last straws for colorist Gabe Etab, I hope I pronounced his name correct, who quit in protest. Yes, I used to remember seeing that video where he quit and he spoke about it. Since then, he joined the chorus of outspoken creators critical of DC's woke agenda and corporate policies regarding diversity. Everything. They have sacrificed stories for everything. Now, what I want to get back to is this here. And I want to take a moment to thank Young Ripper, Eric July, who mentioned something in a video I saw him, and when he mentioned it, because he has better comic book knowledge than me. I'll admit that, he has better comic book knowledge than me. He remembers things I won't remember, but I did remember seeing it, and as he said it, that's where I remembered it from. Now, when Marvel introduced Lady Thor, or as they call it, Mighty Thor, Jane Foster's Thor, we had Odin, who was basically supposed to represent what the people are saying, stating his disapproval with it and saying that, you know, Thor supposed to be Thor, it's his name and all of these things, and they can't just give it to somebody else. But then you had Thor coming in and saying that, you know, she's doing this job better than I ever could. So she has earned the mantle of calling it Thor. I mean, come on. You're basically using somebody who is established to say that, listen, this other person is better at this because of that. And it never works. People don't like it at all. Jane Foster's Thor was a horrible run. But you only sell the name, not the character. You don't sell the character, you sell the name. You couldn't have made Jane Foster her own hero. No, you had to swap her in as Thor. And now that you've brought her back as Thor for the upcoming, you brought her back as Thor in comics because of the upcoming movie, which is probably going to be shit anyway, to sell the name. This is what they do. They did it with Jon Kent. They did it with Thor. They've done it time and time again. They do it with Aquaman. It just keeps going. They want to sell the name, not the character. Because when you look, and this is something that gets me when it comes to these characters, even Jon Kent, I know, these characters that they make are so damn shallow. Absolutely shallow. The only thing that they have, that they push to the front and try to say is supposed to be cemented about them is their sexuality. You swap people's sexuality and then you try to make it seem like this is supposed to be representative of this main character. This is supposed to be the only focus of this character. I remember recently I saw someone sent in a letter to someone. I saw this thing online. I can't remember but I saw it online. And this person said that she's an avid comic fan and she's gay. What she's saying is that she doesn't mind having characters representing her as gay characters and these kind of things. But what she spoke about, and you could tell that she was an actual comic fan. What she said is that she doesn't like the way these companies, Marvel or DC, promote their characters like that. They don't have any substance to these characters. They just swap out a character's sexuality. And she was saying, why not just create a new character? If a character has been established for so long as being straight, and then you just decide to swap them out, that's lazy. That's very, very lazy. Another thing she spoke about is the way gay characters are represented in their books. She said, like, they will have somebody in the room there, and then like 10 seconds later, their lover will walk in and they will have to kiss this person. You see them sitting down, hugging them up, squeezing them up, playing with them, all kind of thing. And she's like, I mean, come on, these people are superheroes. They're supposed to be busy doing things. Not every second supposed to be spent running to go and kiss this person and go and hug up this person and all of that. She said, what she said also is that, I don't remember the whole thing, the past that she talked about. She said, you will see Spider-Man will probably go sometimes 2-3 issues before you see him with Mary Jane. Because he's a hero, he has other things to do. But you so want to push this agenda that you damage the story, you damage the characters, you damage the aesthetics of it. And you're not interested because you don't care about your readers. You care about pushing your own identity politics onto it. A lot of it is self-serving. You see Vita Ayala and others push this into it. They want, this is who they are, and they imprint that onto their characters, completely forgetting about the readers. And they basically come out and say, if you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. We must shove it down your throat and you must swallow it. So you took a character universally recognizable, as they want to put Superman, and you want to push him into this thing and make him a part of the party pride parade and all that kind of thing, waving a flag, and he and Lois up front while his son flies by, showing that they're representative and all of that. Come on now, man. DC's wokeness is just ridiculous now. This is why nobody is buying these books anymore. People want entertainment. They don't want a message shoved down their throat. Well, that's all I have to say on this matter. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. If you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you haven't already, ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. I shall see you all in the next video. Take care.